This is the part 2 of the video. So write a short note on the concept of final good. Final goods are those goods which are ready to consume, okay, which is not going to go back again to the any of the producer or any of the manufacturer. So it is directly to get consumed, so it will not go under any transformation, okay, to any of the hands to any produce. So that is called as the concept of final good. For example, tea leaf purchased by the consumer are not going to consume in the form, they are used to make drinkable tea which is consumed. Similarly, most of the items enter into kitchen and transform the process of cooking, and after that people consume. Okay, they go to restaurant and they order food, the food will come direct to them, so they'll consume it immediately. So this kind of a thing is called as concept of final good. The plant accumulation is about that when the company already plans to keep 200 shirts as stock, then it will produce 1100 shirts. By chance, he will assume that he will sell 1000 shirts as in the whole year, and 100 will be added with the inventory. So this is considered as planned accumulation. Plant accumulation means when the company wants to reduce its stock, it will reduce, like if it were the company want to reduce 25 shirts from the stock, then it will produce 25 shirts less. By that what will happen, 975, okay, 975 only it will produce. So that it is called as plant accumulation. So legal definition of money is M1, M2. So M2 is M1 plus saving, M3 is M1 plus net time deposit, M4 is M3 plus total deposit. M1 and M2 are known as broad money, M3 and M4 are known as broad money, M1 and M2 are narrow money. So M1 is most liquid, M4 is least liquid. M3 is most commonly used measure of money. So what is consumption function? Consumption function, it is the relationship between consumption and income. The simplistic consumption function is consumption changes with the change in income. So that is called as consumption function. So we have the formula of consumption, autonomous consumption plus induced consumption, which is directly related with the income. So consumption is equals to autonomous consumption plus consumption completely related with the income. The law is formulated by German economist Gaussen. He says that according to this law, the more and more we consume, the less and less we want to have it. So assumptions are the unit of consumption must be in standard unit. It should be continuous, identical product, okay, and there should not be any time gap, and we can calculate the satisfaction. The explanation of the law is that the more and more we keep on consuming, our utility will start to diminish. So that is why, for example, we'll take a college girl who comes from college and drinks 1 glass of water. It gives her maximum of the utility. She takes second glass of water, third glass of water, fourth glass of water. Likewise, what happens? Her utility starts to diminish. That is why it is called as the law of diminishing marginal utility. So the table what we written, based on that we need to do this diagram. After that we need to write various cost. So we have total fixed cost when it comes to short run. We have total variable cost, it means the variable factor, fixed factor, variable factor, and so this is the answer for the various short run cost. Here you can see we have total fixed cost, total variable cost. When we add together, we get total cost, and average fixed cost, to which we need to multiply TFC divided by Q, and AVC we need to multiply TVC divided by Q, and average cost we need to calculate TC divided by Q, and marginal cost we need to compare TCN minus TCN minus 1. So here we have total revenue and marginal revenue under perfect competition. So according to the total revenue here, when the firm earns revenue by selling the good that it produces is in the market, let the market price of a unit, and So according to the market, how much of we produce, price into quantity, that will be our total revenue. And here average revenue is total revenue divided by output, that is quantity. By that we can easily calculate what is our average revenue. So here we have microeconomic identities. We have GDP here, that is gross domestic product. Okay, that is about CIG into X minus M, that is our GDP. Gross national product, here we need to minus factor income, which is earned by the domestic factor of production of rest of the world employed in the domestic country. We need to remove that one. After that we have NNP, where we need to minus, NNP is not equal to GNP. Why? Because we need to minus depreciation. After that we have personal income, that is in that we need national income minus undistributed profit, interest payment made by household minus corporate tax plus transfer payment. By that we get personal income. And disposable income is after paying our personal tax. After that we have here requirement of reserve act as a limit to money. So requirement of reserve act as a limit to money. We have credit creation and reserve ratios. By that they limit the money value, money supply in our country. They limit the money, the calculation of money through cash creation, credit creation, and through open market operation and cash reserve ratio. Okay, after that we have multiplier mechanism. Multiplier mechanism means it is doubling system. Doubling system is called as multiplier mechanism. In short, multiplier mechanism is when the income of the employees increases, consumption increases, demand increases, so that the producer will try to produce more. By that production increases, so that we need more employment. So when we need more employment, more wages is needed, so that the people income increases, consumption increases. So this is part E. I have explained in my video already about how we need to answer this practical question. You may go through with that video also, which is there in economics class 12 playlist in my channel. As you can see here, we need to do this 5 into x plus 10 0 is equals to. So here, based on this question, how much the consumer can spend on banana and mangoes when the banana price is 5 and mangoes price is 10 and the consumer income is 40. So 5, that is 5 divided 40 divided by 5, that is 8 bananas the consumer can consume, and 40 divided by 10, that is 4 units that the consumer can consume the mangoes. And next question also, we have the slope of the budget will always be downward, the bundle on the budget line are equal to the income, and yes, if the consumer has to sacrifice the bananas when he want to consume more of the mangoes, and the consumption bundle is equal to his income. This is the answer we need to write. And apart from this, what we need to write is that according to this total revenue, marginal revenue, here we have got that the price is 10 rupees same. By that we need to answer total revenue. This is the answer. So the price is 0, 10. So 10 zeros are 0, 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20. By that we need to calculate our TR. And AR is that TR divided by quantity. By that we get AR, and TR, when we take the comparison between the TR, we get the, when we do the comparison, we get the marginal revenue. So by this we have got the answer. Now let's move on to the another practical, that so you need to write about demonetization. That is, in November 2016 the government of India took the initiative to tackle with the corruption, so that it just completely banned the old currency and started to release new currencies. So old currency notes of 500,000 were no longer legal tender. New currency notes were issued of 500 and rupees 2000, so that the people needed to deposit the that old money currency, and they have to get the new currency. So by that they tried to tackle the corruption through demonetization. If you found this video helpful, do like, share and subscribe, and do comment your suggestions, and even share it with your friends so that even they can go through with a quick glance to get more score tomorrow's exams. Thank you very much.